If you left a relationship that hurt you, but still feel guilty about it, this video is for you. Even if you know leaving was necessary, even if you know you were harmed, that guilt can still sit heavy. And it can be confusing because you might ask yourself, why do I feel bad for protecting myself? Why guilt appears after leaving? Guilt after leaving an unhealthy or abusive relationship is incredibly common. Not because you did something wrong, it's because you cared. If you're empathetic, emotionally aware, or used to considering other people's feelings, leaving can feel like abandonment, even when staying was harming you. That conflict alone can create guilt. So let's talk about how responsibility gets misplaced in unhealthy dynamics. In many unhealthy relationships, responsibility becomes distorted. You may have been made to feel responsible for their emotions, their reactions, or their well-being. Over time, that responsibility becomes internalized. So when you leave, your nervous system reacts as if you've done something wrong, even if leaving was the safest choice. This isn't morality, it's conditioning. Why guilt doesn't mean you made the wrong decision. Guilt is often misunderstood. We're taught that guilt means we've crossed a line. But guilt doesn't always signal wrongdoing. Sometimes it signals a break from a familiar role, a role where you were the caretaker, the stabiliser, the one who stayed. Leaving means stepping out of that role, and that can feel deeply uncomfortable. Trauma bonds and emotional obligation. Trauma bonds create a sense of obligation, not just to the person, but to the dynamic. You may feel responsible for how they're coping. You may worry about hurting them. You may feel selfish for choosing yourself. But obligation is not the same as love. And guilt often is residue of a bond that kept you attached. Why guilt can be stronger than relief. Many people expect relief after leaving, and sometimes relief does come, but it's often mixed with guilt. That guilt can feel louder than relief because relief is quiet. Guilt demands attention. It pulls you back into self-questioning, self-doubting everything, playing it over in your mind. But feeling guilty doesn't cancel out the truth of why you left. And that's what you have to remember. You left for a reason, don't forget that. Reframing the guilt with compassion. Instead of asking, why do I feel guilty? Try asking, what did I have to give up to leave? You didn't just leave a person, you left a version of yourself who kept things together. You left a whole shit pile of responsibility that was never meant to be yours to carry alone. Guilt often is grief in disguise, so don't feel bad for leaving to keep yourself safe. Allowing guilt without letting it control you. You don't have to get rid of guilt immediately. You just have to obey it. Let it do its thing, feel the feels, and keep moving forward. You can acknowledge it without letting it pull you back. You can remind yourself that guilt can exist alongside self-respect. Both can be true. So, if you feel guilty for leaving, it doesn't mean you were going the wrong way about it. It means you cared, even when you were being hurt. Leaving wasn't cruelty, it was self-preservation. And you're allowed to choose safety, even if guilt comes with it. You're welcome to stay here on my channel while that guilt loosens slowly. But choosing yourself in a situation where you're being hurt all the time is the right choice. Leaving was the right choice. Because now, when the guilt passes and the hurt passes and the grief passes, you will find peace and you will have freedom. And you will have a whole lot of time to make some new adventures. So look forward to what's right in front of you, not what's behind you. Let that go and keep looking ahead. Just let yourself feel all the emotions because it's all part of the journey. And I know it's not a nice journey right at this moment in time, but I can assure you it only gets better from here. Just keep working on yourself. That's all that matters at this moment in time, is you.